pretty simple. Just go into the next shrine. I just always skip the Bokoblin camp, ideally. So you can climb up here, and this path gives you nice places that will bring your stamina back. I'm going to assume that the little guardian in here won't kill me, even though I only have half a heart. I never think of these as their actual name. Cryonic Shrine. That. Make sure you get him right in the eye, and that stops the ability for him to laser. It stuns him, basically. There was a chest in there. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but it's just a spear that I don't care about. And you shouldn't either, in my opinion. It's the old man again. Turns out he's a ghost. So scary. So from here, I just go to Shrine of Resurrection. So I almost always have the object map of my computer, which I will try to put a link to. So here, instead of doing file canceling, what you can do is you can come to where it says climb down. You hit A, so you're climbing down, and you just let go. But because of the geometry of the cliff, if you push up, he'll grab on before he gets injured. And so you can just come down here. Now you can bomb this, of course, and blow it up that way, but you also can use one of these on any breakable rock structure. So a hammer will do that. Probably wasn't worth grabbing that, but did it anyway. Okay, so here is our first talus. This is the body of the talus, and these are the arms, basically. in the directions the arms are laying, this is then the front of this stone talus. So if you don't have a lot of experience battling these taluses, you always ideally want to be coming from behind. So if you come from behind, there's an animation where it takes them to stand up. And then you're just going to jump up onto them from behind. So you want to jump a little bit away from where they are. Let your stamina come back. And against a stone enemy, you're going to slam right before you use all of your stamina. Now this particular stone talus is the weakest in the game, and it's designed to be easy to fight. Stone taluses are weak against iron sledgehammers. So a regular iron sledgehammer does 12 damage, but against a stone talus it has 4 times the effectiveness. So it'll do 48 per hit, which is pretty sweet. The exception to that is the I want to say Igniotalus, that's not right at all. The exception to that is, we're going to go to this log over here and get a Korok seed. The Luminous Talus. A Luminous Talus drop luminous rocks, and for some reason the stone weapons don't do any extra damage against them. I'm sorry, the iron weapons don't do any extra damage against them. So it's better to use a higher damage, like bone weapon or something that will break easily, than it is to use up your durability on an iron sledgehammer. So this is just another Korok seed. I'm gonna grab here. And then over here, we're going to get our next bow, which you probably don't need in the route that I like. But I think it's good to have at least one backup bow in case the one you have breaks. And it's worth coming over here just to get the arrows. If you're ever wondering how many arrows you have during play, you can always pull it out and you can see the 48 there. So I have 48 arrows. You can burn these leaves, but I think it's handy to just blow them up. You don't have to waste a fire arrow or a flint. There's always this glinty thing here, and I can never remember it's some kind of... Oh, it's a tree nut. Yeah, we don't care about that. That's funny. Right, so now, time to head to the Temple of Time. I've done what I want to do here. There is going to be a... Bokoblin here, and I'm going to... You can see him usually, yeah, there's the arrow. The arrow is easier to see with him, and you want to be behind him. Give him a little sneak strike. It's a good way to practice. Sneak striking is really important to learn, in my opinion. It's very useful. It's the highest. It does 8 times damage, so there my 5 damage sword did 40 damage, which is why it was an instant kill. And I'm also going to go over this other Bokoblin clamp, and I'm basically going to ignore all of them. I'm just going to get all of the peppers and whatnot. I might hit them all with a bomb, mostly just to get them out of my way, not with the intent of doing any massive destruction to them. So get a little food, pick up some peppers. You go over here and grab a few more. They usually won't chase you all the way over here. And grab these guys. So, trying to remember, there is a chest right over here, and I can't remember what it has it. Anyway, don't need it, don't care. So, Wrong window. So, talk about stamina versus heart. Use stamina all the time, and use the stamina both in regular gameplay and in battle. So in my mind, stamina is always better. So I basically never get hearts until I have at least certainly the first 3 in my mind. You have to get stamina to really make the game progress at all and be fun, is what I'm really saying, because you can just do more. And I really think so 5 of them gives you a full wheel. I think 6 is the right number. There is some right over there in those pots are some arrows. And if you want to run over there, kill that Bukalin and get them, that's fine. But again, I never worry about being out of arrows, so I feel like I've already gone around and spent enough time collecting them. I'm not stressed. So now we'll whistle sprinting, stuck. And then there are 3 cutscenes to skip. First 2 happen pretty quickly, and then they're usually a pretty good wait. And then you can finally hit X and give you the skip thing. And then we get the paraglider. So this is a bow, and I'm actually going to drop the bow I've been using. Grab this bow. So this will be an I've never damaged it. And then I'm going to teleport to the Cryonic Shrine. And we're going to rob a Hinox right away. I think it's 3 weapons. So I'm going to grab this. Now I can paraglide over here. You can get that Korok seed right there if you want, but I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to drop down here. And from here you have plenty of stamina to drop down to this little plateau in the middle of the river. And there's a Hinox on there. What I should have done though, is I have to drop the weapons I need to drop. Basically full. So I'm going to get rid of both of my Traveler Swords and probably my damaged axe is what I'm thinking. And then we're basically just going to run away. The idea is to sneak. So if you land and don't move, don't take any steps. You can turn, but you can't take any steps. Then you will be 100% sneaky. But if you land and you're too far away, you can crouch, and then as you walk around, you'll be sneaky. Oh, I only need like 2 weapons. There's 2 weapons and a bow. Because I got out my weapon. So here he's going to wake up. I'm going to try to grab that guy again. And so you've activated the fight, but You're just gonna run away and drop down here. And this is a fight. This is a minor test of strength. And the reason I do this one is because you get a ancient core. It's the primary reason. And a spirit orb. So if you can time it right, there are these two pillars here and here, and if you look, there's a line right before them. When you cross that line, the cutscene starts for the Guardian. So if I shot an arrow right as I was crossing that line. So now that ice arrow is in midair during this cutscene, and then will fly towards him, and he'll freeze. When I hit him with my sword, if I can get to him, yeah, if you can break it, it does 3 times damage. So, and then he'll back up. Yep. And I'm not sure I want to waste my Moonlight Scimitar on him entirely, so this is slow, but nope, didn't mean to slam. So we'll let him give us some updraft. Until his eyes coming around. Oh, I don't want to use any more of those. Drop down. It's gonna turn blue. Whoop. Should be able to just take him out. I actually want that spear. I will get rid of that one. So this is an ancient core. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go attack a Bokoblin camp that has some pretty strong weapons. And this is optional, actually. You don't actually need to do it. It also has a good shield. But a big part of why I'm doing it is it will also be right next to a shrine. You should do the shrine, in my opinion. But the camp is up to you. Because basically all of the enemies have weapons that if they hit you with them will kill you in one hit. So that's a problem. So it is cold up here, but I have my warm doublet, so I don't care. That, if you get the DCL, that is bomb arrows right there. So I'm hugging close to this wall because if you look right there, there's a puzzle for a Korok seed. I'm going to do that while I'm here. Elegant. And then you can see the shrine right there. So one option is just do the shrine and skip the Bokoblin camp. But I know most of you like to battle anyway, so it's kind of a fun challenge. If we get lucky, if I get lucky, what'll happen is I will there's a lantern hanging inside the skull, and if you get lucky you can blow that up, or you can drop that and it will blow up the bomb barrels, and the guy that has the guy that has the Dragonbone Moblin Club, which is what I want, will run outside, and then I basically only have to kill him to get the weapon I want. And I can almost ignore everybody else. I will have already killed the scouts, the guy, the tower watchman, whatever. So here it is right here. You know, if you're trying it, I would recommend saving here, giving yourself a nice hard save. And then we're going to dial into this guy and shoot right above the knot on that guy. And then here you can see the lantern. Ooh, they're all asleep. So it's like 10, 20. So I actually might be able to just go sneak strike all these guys. Let's try that because it's fun. So the key to sneak striking these guys, oh, right. I'm gonna kill these keys far enough away it won't alert anyone. Because you gotta be really slow when you're actually in there. Especially with the black bokoblins, they will wake up. So let's see. Drop that. Drop that. And then the other option, which I might go for here, so you see I'm just barely moving, is I want that Dragonbone Moblin Club. And I really just want that and the shields. So I may not even sneak strike. I may just steal a couple of weapons here. I want that shield. Because the problem with blowing it up, if you blow it up, all the shields disappear because they burn up. So now I'm gonna just walk out of here, sneak out of here, slow, slow, slow. Once I get to the entrance, I can speed up. Once you're past these, you can walk. I'm gonna grab one of these. I don't think I'll need it, but not a bad backup weapon. So here I'm headed to the shrine with some greatly upgraded weaponry. Handy, handy. Alright, what bow am I rocking? Yeah, it's looking good. For some reason I find if you shoot this straight on, it usually isn't as successful as if you come off to the side here a little bit at an angle and shoot it and it spins into place. Again, off to the side a little bit. And we're waiting. Hello, Mr. Ball. Where are you? Stand so close to this door. chest. Ah, here we go. Nice size block. Ooh, both of them. It's too bad I won't be fast enough to. Yeah. Can't stasis that fast enough. Not sure I've ever seen the small block on top of the big block. It's interesting. Okay. Ah. Perfect. You don't have that trouble. I never trust the little block. It's too sketchy. But here we go. Time, make sure you wait for the words to go away. So it is possible to go get a couple more shrines off directly directly east of the tower, or to go fly down here and into the lake, and then you can get another stamina if you feel like that's a good idea. I'm going to skip that and just go directly to Satori Mountain and on to the bird. Meadow, I think. Alright, so I have the capacity to wind bomb over there, but even if you don't, if you start up here and you have your extra stamina meals, which I didn't make my stamina meals. Sadness. Let's go make a stamina meal. Actually, we'll start here. So early game, there are some Hyrule herbs, which are worth 1 whole heart each, which for just strictly health is pretty sweet early game. Again, hopefully we won't need them, but it's just about as close to go from here to the camp I want to cook at as from the tower, so... Oh, the still goblins. That little shake meant there are still goblins here. We're going to use our spear. Spears are the safe way to get those guys. And they can't swim, so he's going to drown. Is he? Yeah, he did. Alright. So, I'm just going to go... I'm going to skip these because I'm going to work my way back. Okay, so I'm going to make some stamina meals. That's the kind of critical thing here. That's not very much. But we gotta get the job done until we get something better, which we will here shortly. Just gonna do 2 of those at a time. And then, what do we got for meals? So we got some heart stuff, just eat stuff for hearts. I hardly think that any of the rest of this is worth. I might make one more warmth meal, just in case I need it. And here you can see I'm just going to use 1 butterfly and 5 horns. And you still end up with a spicy elixir that still grants the same amount of warming effect. And because of the horns, it grants quite a bit of time. I don't know, I'm running. So then I'm going to go back here. Alright, so the goal is to land somewhere over here. And with straight flight, that should be possible. If you can wind bomb over there, be my guest. I feel like I'm not going to make it. No, we're good, I think. Nailed it. I'm trying to figure out, I think it's sloped, so I think down here it's actually easier to climb up. It's not as high. A little whistle sprinting on this tiny bit of a slope gives us our stamina back. Whistle sprint over. Oh, I used up all my stamina. There are likely to be wolves on this plateau, and wolves, whenever they're in a pack, sometimes if they're alone they won't attack you, but whenever they're in a pack, and that guy, we were far enough he didn't see us and I didn't run, they will attack you. So foxes never attack you. These birds never attack you. You can shoot them if you want, but I never do. So that fox is going to see us and howl. No? Or that wolf, I'm sorry. No, he didn't. All alone, I guess. So anyway, whenever they're going to attack me, anything that's just going to attack me, I kill it. But here you can actually see the shrine that we're going to. So that's the next shrine we want. So I'm going to run up this hill over here and try to get kind of as high as I can. And again, if you can, let's grab this. If you can wind bomb, you can just basically wind bomb over there. But I'm trying to show you the non-wind bomb version. So, okay, so when you're going over there, your goal is to get to here. There's a bunch of mushrooms there that I think are very useful. So we're going to basically head in that direction, and from here we're just going to glide over there. In this forest right here ahead of us are a number of good items, but I'm just going to head basically straight that direction towards the shrine, and if there's something on the path I pick it up, and if not I don't worry about it. I see rain, but I don't see rain on the actual weather meter, which is interesting. I thought I saw something for a second. The other thing you can do is you can always, if you have this, you can see how items like this amaranth show up with the stasis. It'll show you different things that are stasisable. I'm not going to bother to get these. I don't think there's ever anything underneath them. Oh, look, I was wrong. Total lie. Nice, hardy radish. Will. So, like, there's a fox. You can kill them for meat, but again, in my world of Breath of the Wild, there's plenty in despair. Ah, Endura Shroom, I definitely want that. So that's where we're going to get our stamina and plenty of it. So, it's in the Endura category. So Endura Shrooms, Endura Carrots, that sort of thing. So up there is where we're going, and the path is to just whistle sprint up here to get there. And again, if you can wind bomb, you just come to a rock like this, or you would have already wind bombed over. Point at where you're going. And the goal is the round bomb. You place that first, and then you place the square bomb. And when you then you blow up the round bomb, that shoots the square bomb into Link if you time it just right. You place everything correctly, and away you go. It is not simple. And here, even on this kind of slope, you can whistle sprint up it. So. And then we get our sledgehammer out, and we're going to grab a bunch of shrooms. Get some luminous stone. Now, I never sell the luminous stone because there's an outfit called the Radiant set that you can get that I trade them in for. So I'm just trying to get enough for that set and to get all the way. I'm not actually sure how many you need to get the set upgraded all the way to the second tier of upgrades, which is what you want in my opinion. Oh, I knocked my sun shroom away. Dang it. Hardy truffle. This area is a mess. Whistle sprint up this hill. So again, whistle sprinting, pressing forward, holding down on the whistle button, and mashing the sprint button over and over and over, which is the B button. So here we're going to come up here. There's this little overhang here. There's a couple of luminous stone in here. I know that these rocks, it's not worth picking them up. So get a few more luminous stone. So this mountain is very, very safe during the day. There's really nothing on it. But at night, it's just chock full of the stall monsters, which I think is of great benefit. The stall monsters, as far as I'm concerned, the advantage of them is that they only... Oh, I missed something here. I think there's a spot I want to go to. There's a bow I want. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So, this is a forest dweller's bow. We're going to get one in the shrine that's next, too. But, especially early game, is pretty powerful. That does, because it's 15 times 3, which is 45, so you're suddenly doing 45 damage. You don't need it yet. A lot of stuff you're still going to be doing is like low-tier stuff. So I wouldn't stress out about it, but If you go right there, some rocks are going to fall on your head. So I usually go around this area and just sprint and whistle sprint up this sheer freight face. I'm sorry, jump and whistle sprint really. Alright, so Endura Carrots. There's a bunch of Endura Carrots around here. And this is half of the reason we came. That's 4, right? So there's 4 in that area. So the shrine's right up here. If you want, there is a... well, I won't show you that right now. Keep a fairy in your pouch. It's great, great advice. So the first chest here is a Forest Dweller Spear, which does do more damage than my current throwing spear, but I'm not gonna get it. It doesn't, like, mostly what I use spears for is, as I started talking about the stall noxes, or stall anything, the skeletal creatures, they, most of them, one hit knocks them down, and then a hit to the skull, and they're destroyed. And especially, I think, really in areas where there are moblins. The moblins take 2 hits to knock down and then 1 hit on the head, but to destroy their skull. But let's see if I need to drop a bow. I do. I'm actually going to drop this one, even though my traveler's bow is weaker. And so, you know, normally battling enemies, they take a lot more hits and things to destroy, and so then you get the reward for killing them, their drops, including their weapons. So basically, it's like easy weapons in my mind, and especially if you have a spear. So I keep a spear around for just that reason, to fight the stall monsters. So I leave a little gap here so I can climb back in. And then I'm going to hit this with a fire arrow, and while that's burning, I'm going to drop down here and give me 300 rupees. Because I left a little gap, I can just jump up. Let's jump back up. Right, so from my point of view, the stall monsters don't sleep, so you can't just do the sneak stealing that I did earlier, but alright, so I think this is a good stopping point.